All I kept getting asked this weekend was who are you fighting, when are you fighting Ilia, when are you fighting Ilia? I have no idea. Hopefully it is going to be me versus the Chirizo next.
Paddy Pimblett is ready to shake up the UFC lightweight division, and his recent comments show he's not holding back.
He's a very good all-round fighter, lad. That's one thing what I always say. Like, I respect him as a fighter, and he doesn't respect me. So I genuinely think if he fought me, he wouldn't train as hard. He just thinks he'd beat me. You know what I mean? I don't think he'd put as much hard work and dedication into his fight camp as he does in his last 3.
After UFC 317, where Ilia Topuria claimed the lightweight title with a knockout victory over Charles Oliveira, the heated tension between the two fighters reached a boiling point. Pimblett has now set his sights on Topuria and has been vocal about his desire to face the new champion in the octagon. With a fiery attitude and a growing fan base, Pimblett is clearly determined to make his case, but not everyone is impressed by his ambitions.
You know, he's on a legendary run, lad. He's knocked fucking Holloway and Oliveira out. That's an unbelievable last 3 fights. It's fate, innit? What happens. But yeah, I would kick him everywhere. Again, I do not know what Oliveira was doing. When he gets it with that right hand, his left hand's down here. I'm still baffled by what Oliveira was doing. As I say, when he walked out, he looked nervous, and it showed in the fight.
Pimblett, who's undefeated in the UFC, has gained significant attention, especially after his spectacular win over Michael Chandler at UFC 314. His fan base has been vocal about wanting to see him face Topuria, and the baddie himself seems eager to take on the challenge. He recently shared his thoughts on a potential bout with the champion, expressing that it could be the fight to make. In fact, while in Las Vegas, he was bombarded with questions from American fans, all curious about when he would fight Topuria. With a chuckle, Pimblett responded by saying that the fans were eager to see him smash that sausage's head in, a nickname he gave to Topuria.
All I kept getting asked this weekend was who are you fighting, when are you fighting Ilia, when are you fighting Ilia? I have no idea. Hopefully it is going to be me versus the Chirizo next, and I think that's what all the Americans want, because every American I bump into keeps saying when are you going to smash that sausage's head in.
Pimblett has always been known for his unfiltered personality, and he didn't hold back when talking about his feelings for Topuria. He didn't just want to win, he wanted to make it personal, stating that he envisioned a fight where he would disfigure the champion. It's clear that this rivalry is about more than just a title fight to Paddy. It's about settling a personal score that's been brewing for some time.
Paddy Pimblett, how are you doing today?
You're good, I'm alright, lad.
And then I just have one request. Can I take a photo with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, okay?
Lad, thank you.
Yes, sir. Beat the fuck out of Ilia Topuria, please.
I will, lad, don't worry. He's got my name on his Paddy the Baddie.
However, it's not just Topuria that Pimblett is calling out. The baddie also had some choice words for Arman Tsarukyan, another top contender in the lightweight division. Tsarukyan had been aiming for a title shot, but was recently forced to withdraw from a scheduled UFC 311 main event against Islam Makhachev. While many fans thought Tsarukyan might be next in line, Pimblett didn't mince words when addressing his rival. He called Tsarukyan a little rich boy and mocked his desperate attempts to secure a title fight, even offering a massive sum of money for a showdown. Pimblett went on to criticize Tsarukyan's controversial weight cut incident, where the Armenian fighter quit midway through the process, branding him as a spoiled rich baby.
I'm hoping that gets sorted, but I understand that I am rank 9 or something, so other people probably are more deserving, but posh boy definitely isn't. Little rich boy Arman, showing how desperate he is, offering him £1 million to fight him. Spoiled rich baby, trying to pay the way out of things. That's why he quit when he was making weight in a bath like a little bitch. Arman's irrelevant, no one cares about him.
As expected, Tsarukyan wasn't going to let these comments slide. In a recent social media post, Tsarukyan fired back at Pimblett, labeling him as a trash can who had only been built up by the UFC by facing a series of aging fighters. Tsarukyan was adamant that his rise in the rankings was the result of hard work and earning his spot, unlike what he sees as the UFC's favoritism toward Paddy, who's been rapidly pushed toward a potential title shot despite being ranked lower. Tsarukyan posted, "You're a nobody. A trash can at most. Daddy Dana fed you a couple of senior citizens to build up your hype. That's all you are. Hype. I earned everything in my career. Nothing was handed to me, you bum. Now sit your goofy head down and wait until daddy tells you what to do." Adding fuel to the fire, Justin Gaethje also found himself dragged into Pimblett's crosshairs. Gaethje had previously stated that he was uninterested in a fight with the rising star, especially when he could pursue a title shot against Topuria. But Pimblett wasn't letting that go easily, noting that although he respected Gaethje, he still thought the matchup between the two would be a fight worth making. He also took a jab at Dan Hooker, another fighter in the division who had recently thrown some verbal jabs at him. Pimblett, who had once been a fan of Hooker, didn't mince words when saying that Hooker could eat shit. now. The growing animosity among the top contenders in the lightweight division has only added to the intrigue surrounding Pimblett's path to a potential title shot.
As I always say, I've got nothing but respect for Justin, but I keep seeing in interviews him saying he doesn't want to fight me. I think the only fighter makes me and Ilia. Seen Dan Hooker talking shit the other day as well.
Despite all the trash talk and rivalry, Pimblett is not blind to the fact that his ranking might not yet warrant a fight with Topuria. He acknowledged that others may be ahead of him, but he still strongly believes that he's the man to face the champion next. His recent win over Michael Chandler added more fuel to his argument, and his fans are clearly behind him. However, Tsarukyan is far from the only contender making noise. Another figure in the lightweight title conversation is Justin Gaethje, who, after a long career of top-tier performances, has expressed a desire for one final championship opportunity. But as much as Gaethje might be a respected veteran, Pimblett doesn't think he should be sidelined in favor of others. For Pimblett, it's Topuria who is the real target, and he's ready to back up his words with action in the octagon.
Now that John Jones is retired, I think it's the biggest fight the UFC can make. Me versus Ilia. Now there's no John Jones and they can't do him versus Tom. It wouldn't surprise me if I've got the belts in 6 to 12 months.
Pimblett's hopes for a title shot are likely going to face stiff competition. Tsarukyan, despite being dismissed by Pimblett as irrelevant, is still one of the division's most dangerous fighters. He's been on a tear, winning fight after fight and pushing for a title shot against Topuria. However, Topuria has made it clear that he doesn't want to face Tsarukyan anytime soon. Despite Tsarukyan's ranking and impressive run, Topuria has publicly stated that he has no interest in defending his title against the Armenian fighter. This has only intensified the bad blood between the two. Tsarukyan has even gone so far as to publicly mock Topuria, comparing him to an Alibaba version of Conor McGregor, alluding to Topuria's recent attempts to emulate McGregor's persona.
I feel same. I want to see that fight even like a fan. If I was a fan, I would like to see that fight because we are the best in our division and we gotta fight and see who is the best. Like I said, most deserved fighter, it's me.
How do you feel like that goes down?
I'm just going there, take him down and just TKO him with my elbows and stop that fight.
First round, second round?
First round.
Tsarukyan's mocking of Topuria hasn't just been in the form of trash talk, he's even poked fun at Topuria's fashion and tattoos, drawing attention to the similarities between the two. He shared memes comparing the Georgian Spanish champion's tattoos, hairstyle, and even his walkout style to McGregor's prime days. Tsarukyan clearly believes that Topuria is trying too hard to replicate McGregor's aura, which only fuels the animosity between the two. Meanwhile, while the focus has been on Pimblett, Topuria, and Tsarukyan, there are still other fighters in the lightweight division who could make waves, but as of now, it seems that the top two contenders for the title fight are Pimblett and Tsarukyan. Both have made strong cases for a shot at the belt, but with Topuria holding firm in his refusal to face Tsarukyan, the path might just open up for Paddy to step in and claim the title fight he's been calling for.
Is he running from Arman?
It's hard to picture anybody beating Ilia right now. It's hard to visualize anybody just being able to go in the octagon with Ilia Topuria and beat him. Just how dominant he's been. You know, realistically, they go get in that cage, it's like, Arman definitely has a chance. He definitely has a shot. Ilia is such a massive superstar right now. It's like, why fight Arman when you could fight Islam or, Gaethje's a bigger fight than Arman, I think. Paddy's a bigger fight. So it just depends on where Ilia's head's at. Does he want to just go out there and, hey, I want the next best guy?
In the midst of all this chaos, there are some like Henry Cejudo who have thrown their support behind Tsarukyan, criticizing the UFC and Topuria for not handling the situation more fairly. Cejudo has also taken aim at Pimblett, claiming that the UFC is more about entertainment than merit, and that Pimblett's title shot would be a sign of the UFC's focus on hype rather than true competition. Cejudo's comments have added another layer of complexity to the drama unfolding in the lightweight division.
Arman Tsarukyan is able to go in there and get the job done, but then guess what, Arman? You have made yourself a star already by some of these antics to build this fight up. And Ilia Topuria, as we know, is already a star. So he's going to continue to just be a bigger star if he's able to stop all these guys that are trolling.
Everybody and their damn mama, they want to see that fight. They don't want to see a fight with Paddy the Baddy, man. He's saying that he'll never give Arman a chance, for the belt. Like, he'll rather relinquish that. The UFC one does not want to hear that, man. Once you start thinking you're bigger than the UFC, you start to become public enemy number one.
However, amidst all the back and forth, it seems that the UFC's actual plan is to set up a showdown between Topuria and Tsarukyan. According to Chael Sonnen, the promotion has already locked in this matchup for Topuria's first title defense. Sonnen confirmed that, despite Topuria's reluctance, this is the fight that the UFC is pushing for, and there's a strong chance it will happen, unless something unexpected occurs.
Outside of illness or even if I'm breaking news to you, then I'm not sharing my opinion. I'm sharing a fact with you. It's Arman versus Ilia. That is 100% the plan.
What makes you so confident, 100% sure, is going to be Arman Tsarukyan getting the shot? I've said that, I'm pretty sure I said I'd eat that hat behind me if his next fight was for a title, just because it seems so grim, Chael.
Sure.
What has changed?
Well, there's a couple things. I mean, first off, I'm obviously coming to you with information that whether I should have or I shouldn't. Secondly, I was the best man in his wedding. His name's Daryl Christian, and he's the wrestling coach of Arman Tsarukyan. Third, I just spoke to Coach Cal. I wanted to come out and I wanted to film Chimaev training, and it turns out that Tsarukyan's in the room. And then a bigger tell also was what Ilia did a week ago, which is said, I don't want to fight. And the greats always, they don't even know they have it. They don't even, coaches will break them down. It's the same with technique. A coach will have to break, hey, he slips here before he throws hook. Chuck Liddell had a big thing that he would blink before he threw punches. I'm just sharing, like, everybody has something that gets them going. Your job is to go find out what it is, but it's not any different in promotion. Ilia's first move for doing a fight is to deny the fight. The only person that he's ever openly said, I'll fight, is Paddy. Everybody else that he's getting ready to fight, he denies. It's just his approach. Anderson had one. Anderson would always deny the fight. He'd let that run for about 2 weeks. He would then accept the fight. He would let that run for about a month. He would then slip an injury report to the media. Where you think the fight is off, it's not going to happen. He'd get his run out of that, and then he'd come out and tell everybody I'm fine and it's on. I'm only sharing, that was his system. 100% of his fights, he built the same way. Ilia is not any different whether he knows it about himself or not. But Ilia's first move when he's going to fight a guy, aside from Paddy, is to say, I'm not fighting the guy.
This matchup seems inevitable at this point, but whether Topuria's refusal to fight Tsarukyan is just part of a strategy or genuine hesitation remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. With all the drama and tensions in the lightweight division, there's no shortage of excitement or anticipation for the next chapter. Whether it's Pimblett, Tsarukyan, Gaethje, or someone else, the race to challenge Topuria for the lightweight belt is only heating up.